Hi, everybody. It's Cathy. Happy New Year. And I wanted to make this video today to invite us all to bring in a new level of compassion and kindness in this new year. It's January 8th, 2021. And once again, the world is going to a new level of looking like it's going to hell in a handbasket, okay? But, you know, there's always something wonderful happening, there's going to be continuous change on the planet, and we're continuing to evolve, and it is messy, right? So as we continue to bring in new levels of love, compassion, unity, kindness in the world, there's a duality that we're seeing play out right now. And my message today isn't so much about what is happening in the world, although it is really affecting a lot of people. And that's where my message comes in. It's for you individually, and how we can have more love and compassion for ourselves, more kindness, more gentleness, more self-honoring. And that is naturally going to radiate out to everyone in your life, whether it's your family, your kids, or if you're arguing with people over world events, okay? So I'm here today to just talk about how we can do that and the importance of it and really what's happening right now. Really, I've been saying this, and so many of us have been saying this for years, self-love, that's where it starts. All change starts from within. But it just keeps getting more and more and more evident, more pertinent. And right now it is so incredibly important to choose where you're going to put your attention. If you're going to love yourself, your body, your health, your life, if you're going to embrace your life, or if you're going to give your energy away. The funny thing with right now, it's really a lot of, it's love or hate going on. You can choose love or hate, compassion or blame and anger, all these dualistic things that are happening. And you can see that out in the world. But it's so funny in talking with people and in my own life, it's very much in our face in everyday life. So it's a choice that we make day to day if we're gonna, love ourselves. So one way, first of all, I will say one way that we can do that is if you look at what's happening, if you're watching the news, if you're chatting with people on social media about it, the first, some of these old, I'll call them timeless, bits of wisdom are obvious, but they're so timeless for a reason. Whatever you give, whatever you fight, argue, whoever you fight with, you give them your energy. You're giving your energy away. So loving yourself is about maintaining your energy. It's about not giving it away to something outside of you. And doesn't mean you can't have your perspective, but there's a wisdom in knowing, okay, here's my perspective. I have that. Now I can just put it in my pocket and carry on with my life and enjoy myself, right? So it's very important right now, more than ever, to be conscious of where you're putting your energy. And so there are a lot of people that are in anxiety, anger, emotion, and it's really, it's a pertinent time because people are on the fence. It's like you can either go this way and fall into the abyss of duality. And if you do, unfortunately, if you do, that's great. If you want to fight, knock yourself out, but it does affect your health. It affects how you feel. It's like the funny thing about fighting is one moment, it's your ego, right? It's this dualistic energy that is in your field. When you're fighting and you're winning, you feel this rush of power, Okay. It's sort of like a sugar rush though, because in the moment you feel like, oh, you know, like I am a gladiator, right? Have you ever felt that when you're angry or you're yelling or you're fighting? You feel this, and it's like a sugar rush because it's all ego. It's not from the heart. It's not your true energy. It's like you've just taken energy from someone because you've put them down. So your ego inflates and their ego deflates. When you win a fight, when you win a battle, when you make someone feel less than, if your ego can win a fight, win a battle, you feel, you know, victorious in the moment. The only problem with that is it's like a sugar rush. It's going to deflate and you're going to crash unless you keep winning battles. So, arguing, fighting, blaming becomes, if you're like me, I fought until I hit the ground so hard I had no fight left in me. So if you are one of those fighters and you're, you know, a gladiator at heart, like many of us who had rude and rough awakenings, just start to pay attention to that, because it feels good temporarily in your mind and your ego, and you feel that burst of energy. But what happens after that is the crash. Okay, not only do you have the energetic crash where you feel deflated, but then your ego comes around. The very ego that created the battle in the first place is going to come around through the back door and go, should have done that. And it's going to try to put you down and blame you and make you feel bad about yourself and feel guilty and feel ashamed. And now it's like a really intense cycle, because not only did you have that crash, but now you're beating yourself up. So it's like a vicious cycle. Fighting is a vicious cycle. Even, I will say, this is just coming in strong here, is if you are looking at world events and you are sad or upset about it, that is still judgment. It's judging what's happening. We'll say it's putting it in a negative light instead of maybe seeing the beauty, the silver lining, that there are old systems that are breaking down. There's old energy. You know, there's been suppression of minorities, women. Every culture from the beginning of time practically has tried to dominate, you know, rape, murder, pillage, take over the other villages, steal the women, whatever. So there's all this old crap that's been happening on Earth, and it's all breaking down. All these old systems are breaking down. So I invite you to maybe, you know, go beyond the individual things that are happening, the individual traumas and things like that, and look at the big picture and see, wow, the world is changing. Boy, it's changing, isn't it? I was telling somebody today that the analogy that I like to compare it to is like, if you have been, you know, so there's all this old energy, this old suppression, this old hatred, this old control of people, domination, greed, all these old things which are not of integrity. They're not of the heart. They're not our true essence, but they are simply duality. And it has been playing out here for hundreds of years, right? It's breaking down and it's leaving and it's a mess. It's like if you had hundreds of years of crap stored in your cupboards. You know, if you've ever gone to clean out your cupboards or your drawers, your house, and it looks really nice and neat until you start opening those doors and you start digging everything out. And pretty soon you go like, oh my God, I've created a mess 100 times worse. I don't even want to deal with this. It's so bad. I've done that before, where now you're like, now I have a way bigger mess and it's all this stuff to deal with. It's like that right now. So here's what I want to tell you. The important part is, if you are feeling sad, upset, discouraged, frustrated, I totally get that. But I'm going to ask you to go a step beyond that and take a look maybe at the beauty that is taking place, at the benefits, at that this is old stuff that was hidden, it was suppressed. These things hundreds of years ago were considered normal to, in America, to enslave other people, for women, you know, to not have equal rights and pay and whatever. Just not that long ago, this was considered okay by the vast majority of humans. And today, people are saying, we ain't putting up with this anymore. And so it's a mess. So maybe take your eyes off of the mess and really feel into the great shift that is happening. Humanity is shifting as a whole into more love, compassion, kindness, unity. We are all humans, you know. This is, you know, at some point, you know, perhaps we live on a planet where we don't even have to have all these borders and, you know, who cares about color, race, gender, you know, whatever. So we're shifting into that, and it looks like a big shitstorm, okay? But, you know, if you have judgment, that emotion, that sadness, grief, frustration, anger, whatever, it eats at your physical body. It just flat out does. Whether you're taking that emotion and storing it in your digestive system, and that's messed up, or your hair's, you know, thinning, or your eyesight, or you feel stress, you feel tension in your muscles, whatever it is, you are taking that energy in and you're embodying it, and you're making it now a problem for your physical body. So the world is going crazy. It's bad enough. Please don't embody it. You know, it's like these old systems, if you are upset about it, you actually kind of make matters worse by then taking that and judging it and then making your body and your life break down, right? So to the best of your ability, the most loving, the most supportive, compassionate thing to do is see the beauty in what's happening. It's a long-term beauty, okay? It's kind of like short-term pain for long-term gain or whatever. But if you can see that and let go of the judgments, let's take a breath here right now with that. As you can let go of the sadness, the judgments, the anger, take another breath of neutrality. Whatever your beliefs are in the universe, God, creator, source, that there is a divine plan, or that source of all that is benevolent, loving, kind. Maybe just create a little space in your reality, in your awareness, that everything is in divine order. And let's take a breath together and just relax our bodies. I think everybody could use this right now. If you are not one who's wrapped up in the world events, if you're like me, a lot of my friends, we are more in a space of neutrality, watching. A lot of us feel very, 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 we'll say kind of floaty or tired right now. So whether you're more in an emotional state or you're kind of on the other end of the spectrum, more of a stabilizing, expansive energy, just let it be what it is. You know, whatever you do, don't be harsh on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just say it is what it is. You know, neutrality is always one of the best spaces we can come to when whatever is going on in our life, really. So let's all take a couple deep breaths together. That's how we'll end this discussion today. So draw a nice deep breath all the way in, down into your belly. And you can hold it for a second if you want. That really helps to integrate some of that prana. And then on the exhale, just let everything soften. Release all that stress, tension, worrying. If you've been up worrying, do yourself a favor. Start breathing and stop thinking. Take another deep breath in. On the exhale, just let everything soften, release, relax. You can even shake it out a little bit. Feel all the muscles kind of softening, releasing. Muscles in your face, your eyes soften, your shoulders. Everybody can use this. This always feels good. So let's take one more nice big breath in. And on the exhale, just let everything soften, release, unwind. anything that you no longer need, just poof, it just vanishes, it dissipates. So just the last tip is, if you've been feeling the energies, if anything's been feeling funky, whether you're tense or you're tired, be kind. It's okay. It is okay. There's a lot of shit going on right now, okay? Like I said, if you don't watch the news, I think I said this, if you're like me, where I don't really get into the details, I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, that's going on. All right, put it away. You might be feeling the opposite, as you know, humans do balance each other out, whether we're conscious or not. So the ones of us who are not actively in it, some of us are feeling very expansive right now, which is a wonderful place to be. But floaty and tired, and it's hard to get linear things done when you're in that place. So whichever part of this spectrum that you're on, be gentle, be soft, and just realize it's all okay. It's going to work itself out. Everything always does. And take a look at your own reality. You know, for me, it's pretty simple. I have my breath. It's a good day. I have everything I need right here. I mean, I have clothes on. I actually have shelter because it's cold here. That's it. What do we really need? Most of the stuff, most of the worry, the concern, the anger, it's all mental. It's all ideals. It's just ideas floating around. They're not even real. It's like, and paying attention to your physical world is so important. Basically, your physical world is key here, because you, what's going on out there, it's out there. You know, who needs you most? You need you. Your body needs you here, your awareness here. It might be your family, might be your friends. But so pull back your attention from what's going on out there. If you've sent it out, just say, you know, no more. I welcome back all of my energy, my attention. I call it back, cleared and purified, and come back to the now. Come back to this moment. Feel your breath, feel your presence, stay present, and just take it easy, okay? If you're not feeling ease right now, please take it easy. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for breathing with me. Oops, sorry, I know I bumped this mic. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here, really. Thanks for being awake, for being alert, for, you know, the world needs us more than now right now. Not like the world needs us, but you're awake, you're present, you're listening, you are being kind, you're being compassionate, you're being loving. We're not always that 100% of the time. So whatever you do, don't let your ego come back around and judge you for anything. Don't judge yourself. Be kind. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.